it's Caroline, and today we're going to be talking about how long you can stay in Italy as a non-citizen. So this topic is very relevant to me right now. I am a citizen, as some of you know, but my boyfriend Steven is not, and he is going to be coming to Italy with me for a few months this year, and we've been digging hard to figure out the laws, the rules, what he can and can't do, how long he can stay. So basically, Italy is in Europe, and within Europe there's this zone called the Schengen zone. So there's a law where you can only stay within the Schengen zone for 90 days out of every 180. So I'll put a map up of what countries are included in the Schengen zone, but Italy is within that zone. Okay, so first of all, how the 90-day rule works is that within a 180-day period you can only be in the Schengen zone for 90 days. So in my boyfriend's case, in Italy for 90 days, because that's his country of choice. And we'll be talking about Italy just for the sake of this video, since my channel is focused on Italy. So if you flew into Italy tomorrow, your 180-day period would start then. So let's say this is 180 days. From tomorrow until the 180th day, you can only be in Italy for 90 days within that period, whether you're in there for 90 days straight or maybe 30 days and then take a break and then 60 days. Within those 180 days, you're only allowed 90 days. And on the 181st day, your cycle restarts and you start another 180-day cycle. And within those 180 days, you can stay 90. So that is how the system works. In the past, it used to just be, you can stay for 90 days and then you have to leave the zone and then your cycle restarts. So you could be in Italy for 90 days and then leave and go to somewhere outside of the Schengen zone. And then you could even fly back 2 days later and restart your 90-day cycle. Unfortunately, that is no longer allowed. They've changed that rule, which is where the 180-day cycle law comes into play. So now you can only stay 90 days within 180. If you overstay, you can be evicted from the EU. You could be banned from coming to that country for like 10 years. There are all sorts of penalties, and it's not something to take lightly. Even if you overstay just a couple of days, it's a big deal. So it's really important to respect the numbers, respect the dates, and follow the law as far as the 90 days goes. So what are your options then if you want to stay in Europe but you have to leave the Schengen zone? There are a few countries that are still in Europe but they're not part of the Schengen zone. An example of that would be Romania. That country is out of the Schengen zone but still pretty close to Italy. So let's say I wanted to spend some time in Italy, but then I needed to leave Italy, but I didn't want to go back to the US. I could go spend time in Romania for 90 days, and then once my cycle is complete, I could come back to Italy for 90 days and just kind of bounce between those countries. There are other countries outside of the Schengen zone too. One that I thought was a great spot in the past was Croatia, but unfortunately as of this year, Croatia is part of the Schengen zone. So you can no longer use Croatia as a country to chill in when you leave Italy. I'll just put a list or a map of countries here that are outside of the Schengen zone because I don't have them memorized. I just know a couple off the top of my head. Now remember, this law is just for tourists. So if you do have a student visa or a work visa, you're obviously allowed to stay more than the 90 days in Italy. But if you don't have any type of visa or permit to stay within the country for more than 90 days, you have to follow the 90 days within 180-day cycle rule. So I hope this was helpful for any of you traveling to Italy long term and wanting to know how long you can stay and how all of that works. It can be very confusing if you try to look online at stuff, so I try to just lay it out for you guys how it is. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao for now.
Ain't no off season, I gotta keep going till I stop breathing. Guap scheming, I'm finna go and blow up when I shop. Demons know they see me, can't ignore my hustle, know they watch. Even lost meaning, had to look within, I had some log eating.